I haven't been doing any work because the stalkers have been keeping me maxed out. And I'm saying work in this sense. It really is work dealing with them. But I haven't done any vlogging or business work or production not related to stalkers in a minute. But I had a note to make that I can make now, and it's a cool, poignant thing, and it's timely. Like, I better say it now because it'll look like I'm trying to fill it back in later. Progressive people, and I'm sure my stalkers for the opposite reasons, will all know TYT, the Young Turks. Major progressive, supposedly liberal media outlet. They did a lot of things, a lot of shit they do is kind of cool, but they also, they're deep into the corporate world. They fucking make a lot of money. And the Cenk dude used to be Republican and switched. But he's a showman and running a show, and there to make money, and I believe he's just supplicating the masses. Given the big movement of society, he's just catering to that to get money. And the swing is toward MAGA now. Everyone's red and right wing, so he's swinging that way. And they're taking his company, or far more complicated than that. But there are other members internally that are voicing their discontent. But he's looking suspicious and people starting to fucking trip on him now. When I flipped on him, because I was a big supporter, back right after Biden got elected, there was a stalling about the Speaker of the House position, and Cenk put out a video saying that if we didn't get our shit together and just I don't remember the different candidates, but if we didn't do something quickly, the position might fall to the Republicans instead. It's determined by the composition, which party gets it is determined by the composition of the Congress. That's not a thing. That's a lie. That's not procedural. That's like people talking about 5G stuff is dangerous for your brain. It's not how it works. It's just a non sequitur. You don't know what you're talking about. You may not understand the reasons. And I got thinking about it. I'm like, well, wait a second. This dude's got advisors and he's fairly politically active, and he should know better to make such a statement. Why would he say that? He knew it was wrong and he said it. He had a powerful voice. Like, his company, I'm sure it's a group. Maybe he isn't I'm just the dude with the face. There's probably deep complexities behind the organization as a whole, but just assuming I'm talking about that, the entity known as TYT, Cenk lied, and I saw that and watched it and looked at him and judged his tone of voice and shit, like when he's talking about their coffee sale or whatever. Like, I detect that he's being disingenuous. He's bullshitting. And it stuck in my craw. And you know what? Once I've identified a media organization like that is disingenuous, that they will lie to help themselves, like my stalkers, they're dead to me. So back in 2020, when right after Cenk did that, I blocked them. Not like my stalkers do, where I try to destroy them and fucking take their shit down. I just told YouTube, don't recommend that channel to me anymore, and all of their affiliates. And there's some, I believe Idarola is one of the name. I kind of liked him, but you know what? He works for a shady company. All of them went. All of them. And there's some I listen to sometimes, a small percentage, I think used to work with them but went their separate ways. I see Dollamore sometimes, but we're talking like well under 5%, maybe 2% of, if that, of my media intake or news politics based intake. There's very little. David Pakman, Kyle Kalinske. And Kyle, I don't like that hair, man, and your wife gives me the creeps. Or girlfriend, I don't know the status, but I never caught you saying something wrong, though. And I ain't trying to fuck you, so what do I care if you look like a dipshit? It's a little suspicious that you can't handle weed. But I like his style. Seems to be honest. But should he ever fuck up, he'll be. You snap your fingers and it's gone. I won't watch any TYT shit at all because I know them. I know that they are liars, and maybe they're right most of the time. But once you don't trust them, and I smell it now with the media reports about them. I'm not paying attention to them, but the shit about Jink going to hang out with Nick Fuentes and reaching out to the right side, they're gonna try to push their audience towards MAGA. I can predict that right now. Why? Money. I'm being paid to do it. And I vaguely heard some shit about their trans policy and stuff, like their anti-trans rights. They fucked up somewhere in there. Those are all just fucking like canaries in the coal mine. If you buy into hate, if you spend 1 second worrying about how to hurt other people, narcissism and sadism are down that road. The bad people. That's what evil really is, you know? In the galactic sense, or universal sense, more than galactic, of good and evil and the infinite parallel universe and all that. What evil really is sadism. Is being happy that others are hurt. Enjoying the loss of someone else. That's what evil is. Like a tiger that hunts isn't being evil to its prey. But if you do like a human, like the greatest game or whatever, I can't remember the name, but the human hunting thing where they drop a human off an island, like run, we're gonna hunt you. When you play with your game and you torture it and you watch it suffer and you derive enjoyment from its misery, that line of logic and reasoning is what evil is. You can just simply substitute the word evil for that. People that enjoy hurting others are evil. And this is where it comes back to religion. Religion is evil. The whole idea of religion is if you hurt yourself in this world with things like circumcision, your God will reward you in the next. But mark my words, the Young Turks is heading for some rocky times and are gonna do some right-wing crazy shit. And the whole purpose is money. Although, looking the man in the eyes and judging his timbre voice and everything, I fucking would be concerned Jank himself might be narcissistic and evil like that. There's something off. I've always heard that too, even back when I listened to him, like 2019, 2018. But some of it, like doing the coffee spiel for the promo thing, like when you hear disingenuous in that, like it's an ad. But there's more than that. There's something about the tone. It's off. It's insincere. He's just a showman. And that brings up another important point. Like the judge Handy back in Riverside, the fucking cunt to me, saying I was hamming it up for YouTube. I was acting for YouTube. I'm not acting. I'm not hamming it up. Sometimes I do for video production and stuff, but no. The fear of the stalkers is not synthetic. What I'm saying and doing is not disingenuous. I am extremely sincere. I mean what I say. And you all are going to find out the hard way. And a lot of them, like my stalkers, like the people that call me all the time and stuff, they're being disingenuous too. They're just having fun. They don't care. They just are like, we can hurt this guy really bad. We can make him cry. We can make him call the police in fear. Ha 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 ha. We can hurt him. We can hurt him. We can hurt him. Ha ha. The society that is permitting this to happen is at fault. All of us together, every human being out here, every American citizen, or a few international in here anyway, but every person in the community at this point is responsible for the Troll Brigade Mafia and what they're doing, because you all are letting it happen. You pay your taxes. You paid this money to the pigs for them to take me from my money and cut my penis up and sell me into slavery and deny me an education and sex ed and lie to me and fucking keep me downtrodden. The stuff happening to me is so bad and so persistent, so systemic. There are no innocents. The society is letting the Troll Brigade Mafia walk all over me. And it's going to have to pay. Instead of ganging up on me and target firing me down, turn your attention to the stalkers. Stop them. Because if you fuck with me and you do kill me, those sadists are just going to move on to their next victim. They're never going to stop. They must be destroyed.